Good evening.
Evening.
On to Birmingham.
Sheffield. Tickets, gents. Enjoy the ride.
If you need any help with that, just sing out.
I'll do that. Thanks.
Perhaps you could help me.
In what way?
It seems that you possess something I very much want.
I do.
Indeed you do. It's a list. A list my country very much wants.
KGB.
And you are MI6. Now that we've been properly introduced, may I have that list, please? Oh, come now, my good man. I'd hate to have to shoot you in here. It would create quite a mess.
That it would. So why don't we avoid the mess and just drop your gun?
Sir, I thought I heard a commotion.
No, everything's fine.
Yeah, where's your mate?
He just stepped out.
Hey.
So you really think it might come to that?
Mona, it's time we got what we deserve, even if it takes going on strike.
Here, here.
Morning, VH.
Hi, Mona. Hi, Mary Sue. What's this about a strike?
Okay, we're not going on strike. We've just got a few things we want to discuss with management.
But so far, they've refused to let us even voice our concerns. By striking, we show them we mean business.
Go ahead and strike. Management is tired pussyfooting around with you women.
Careful, Melville. Someone might think you're sexist.
Mr. Greenspan, no offense, but management will not even sit down and talk to us.
Why should we? It's time you women found out who wears the pants in this organization.
Well, it certainly isn't you, you little ferret.
Oh, Mr. Greenspan, you've got a meeting with Major Clack in his office, and you too, Adderly.
Thanks, Mona. Good thing you're not negotiating a peace settlement, Melville.
It's a simple assignment, but not one without risk. The MI6 agent Jennings personally requested you.
Good old Jenny.
He was working deep cover in Hungary when he obtained the list. He hasn't even shown it to MI6.
The KGB has made an attempt to steal the list. Since it's a list of double agents, he doesn't know who he can trust.
But he trusts you.
We go way back.
We know. Martin, I'll be honest with you. Your supervisor has doubts about your ability to perform in the field.
I'm still sharp. I'll show you.
Mather will fill you in on the details of the meet. That'll be all.
Morning, Major.
Marty! VH! What are you doing here? I thought you were in Cairo. I wasn't. You know me, I'm a busy man.
What's all this?
Too many dates.
Would you two mind continuing this conversation elsewhere?
Yes, Major. I'll talk to you later.
Sure. Tell you about the dates.
You haven't changed much, have you?
What can I do for you, Major?
You can sit down and listen to me. I'll make this short and sweet.
What'd I do now?
Not you, Adderly. The secretaries. I want you to handle this.
You want me to handle this?
Did I stutter? And I want you to help him.
With all due respect, Major, I'd rather eat hot gravel.
You don't have a choice.
Major.
Just do whatever it takes to settle this mess, and do it fast. Melville.
Yes, sir.
I hope I've made myself clear.
As the sky is blue, sir.
Talk to the secretaries, negotiate with them, but don't let them walk all over you.
I won't let you down, sir.
I don't want this escalating into any more of a mess than it already is.
Of course not, sir. I'll have the secretaries happily back to work in a jiff.
You talked him into this dinner, didn't you?
Well, think of it as a way of buttering you up for negotiation.
You know, we are not asking for much, VH, but Mr. Greenspan, he's just a stubborn little tyrant.
I know, Mona, but he's our stubborn little tyrant.
I'm back.
Great.
Now, where were we?
I was trying to talk and you kept interrupting me.
Right. Now, let's see. Pension. Pension.
Marty.
H, you're not going to show up in the middle of something. I got to meet upstairs. Jennings from MI6.
Well, make sure he gives you a decent tip.
It's a simple exchange of paper.
No, you'll all want
Wait.
time and a half to work out.
See that?
Clack.
Clack. Yeah, give me the word.
Could you use some help?
Yeah, you're not better than that.
And a retirement fund is totally useless. Men are the people that retire. Women simply go off and get married.
Jennings should be here any minute. He just walked in. Wait for the signal. He just gave the signal.
Send Castle in.
Green light.
Mr. Greenspan, in the first place, we are perfectly happy with the retirement fund. Where are you going?
I'll be right back.
And besides, with all the money that you make, if you don't waste it on clothes and cosmetics, you probably have enough to retire. Wait, I'm not paying for this.
Marty!
Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry, I have to look for someone.
Let's go, buddy.
Come on,
Mona,
pal, I'm in a hurry.
Mona.
I don't know.
Sorry, wrong floor.
Rickers, I'm in. Jenny, hey, old man, it's Bud.
Sorry.
Jennings, down.
Let's go.
I can do it myself. I can do it. I can do it.
I don't believe this.
Just a minute,
Not again.
Mona?
Enough already.
Hey, Buster, we've got better things to do than wait for you.
Sorry, wrong floor.
That's it. Out you go.
Throw him out a window.
Mona, what are you doing?
Adderly, you in here?
Mona, will you hold on?
Get out of here now.
What happened?
Just get out of here. What happened? I don't know. He was dead when I came in here.
The list is missing. Good for you, Castle.
I tell you, he was dead when I came in here.
That's impossible. No one else knew about this meet except us.
I didn't kill him.
We have to consider all the possibilities, Major. Obviously, somebody came in here before Marty.
How? This meet was top security. No one else knew about it. Now get out of here, Adderly.
There'll be an official inquiry into this. Until then, you're suspended and placed in custody.
Melville, I want to talk to Clark.
Not now, VH. Can't you see I'm in the middle of negotiations?
What negotiations? You haven't listened to a word we've said.
It's great, VH. Mary Sue and I have been named official union representatives for the strike.
And we're getting tired of talking to this brick wall.
All right, you want me to listen? I'll listen. See, this is me listening.
Okay. Our first demand is that we won't be called secretaries. From now on, we'll be called executive assistants.
Really? That'll never work. Secretary is the title of your job description.
Mr. Greenspan, no, come on. If you're not going to take us seriously, you're leaving us no choice.
Well, you can forget it, girls.
That's it. We walk.
Yeah, we're walking.
Oh, fine, fine. You want to play hardball? Okay. We'll show them, VH. Executive assistant. This way is affairs.
Melville?
Good morning, Major.
Tell him I want to see him.
I want to see Adderly now.
Yeah, and how are you this breakfast?
Right now.
Yes, sir. Would you like me to... yes, sir. Good.
Not in a talkative mood, huh?
He wants to see you in his office right away. Now, you hurry back. Hey, I'll need you to finish with this strike negotiation.
How does this affect me?
It's a standard inquiry, 3 men on the panel. I'll lead it. Mather's Castle's supervisor, so he'll take the second spot.
The third panel member is one of Castle's choosing.
He chose you.
We're doing this by the book, Adderly. We don't want emotions entering into this.
Fine by me. Where's Castle now?
In a safe house.
Why doesn't she answer that?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Major. The secretaries just went on strike.
ISI is unfair! ISI is unfair! ISI!
Agent Vickers, you were present the night of the murder?
That's right. I was conducting surveillance from across the street.
Did you see anything?
Yes, I saw Jennings enter the sitting room, then come to the window.
And then he signals to send Castle in?
Mm-hmm. Then I called you. He just gave the signal.
Send Castle.
Green light. How long would you say it was before Agent Castle signaled that he was in?
3 minutes.
What happened then?
He reported that Jennings was down.
Could you see anything?
No. Curtains were drawn.
Thank you, Vickers. Agent Castle, what happened after you got the green light to go in?
Well, I went immediately upstairs to the room. I signaled that I was in, and that's when I saw Jennings. Jenny, hey, old man. It's Marty.
But Vickers said he didn't see anyone else in the room.
What are you accusing me of?
Jennings was murdered and the list was missing.
You think I took the list? I didn't kill Jennings. We were friends. We worked together in Cairo.
And during your assignment in Cairo, we lost track of you for 3 weeks.
I explained all that in my operative report. I went into deep cover for special services.
During that time, did you meet with any persons connected with Eastern Bloc intelligence?
No.
Let's try a different approach. Just what is wrong with your health that you haven't told us?
I had slight chest pains.
I didn't know chest pains required nitro pills.
Early signs of a heart attack.
With that in mind, I'd like to call my secretary, Jane Wells, to offer testimony.
Let the record show that Miss Wells appears under direct order and is no way crossing the picket line established by the Secretaries Union.
Thank you.
Ms. Wells, during your time as my secretary, I'm sorry, my executive assistant, you kept in-depth files on the operatives in my command, am I right?
Yes, sir.
What does Agent Castle's file look like? Does he seem to be an honest agent?
Yes, sir. He never really did anything deceptive or against orders. That I know of, I mean.
When did you receive Agent Castle's latest medical report?
3 months ago.
And was there any mention of heart trouble or any other diseases?
No. If there had been, I would have had to notify you about it.
Why?
Regulations. He would be removed from the field for further examinations.
Did you bring that report with you?
Yes, I did.
May I ask what all this has to do with Agent Jennings' murder?
I'm just trying to establish the fact that Agent Castle put national security in jeopardy in order to keep his job.
That's not true.
I'm also trying to establish the fact that because his health was failing, his financial future was doubtful.
I never took a payoff in my life.
I'm just considering the possibilities.
I didn't kill him.
Sit down.
Mr. Castle, please refrain from any more outbursts. It doesn't help in your defense. That'll be all, Jane. Thanks.
Can I go back out to the picket line now?
By all means. Why don't we all take a break and cool down?
What do we want?
We want equality!
When do we want it?
We want it now!
I'm on it.
Thank you, VH.
Tough day on the picket line.
We're not going to give in, though, you know. I mean, it is time those men in there realized who really runs this place.
I've always known that. That's why I need your help.
What, you got problems with the Inquirer?
Yeah, I need to get Mather's file. He seems overly eager to put Castle away. I think he's up to something.
Barbara and Records could get it for you, but then she's got to go inside the building, and if she goes inside the building, that means she's going to want a small favor in return.
Okay, I tell you what. If I get that file, I'll make sure that the executive assistant's holidays extended from 2 to 3 weeks.
You're kidding. You can do that?
Yep, I'm on the negotiating team. All it means is sitting down and discussing this like adults.
All right,
Get up, ladies, you don't have a chance.
Back in your hole, Greenspan.
I just want you to know that you're all expendable. If you don't return to work immediately, I shall have you fired.
You do that and we'll tell your wife. Let's get him,
It's nice to know he's keeping an open mind.
Yeah, VH, I mean, can you just...
Yeah, I'll talk some sense into him. And if that doesn't work, I'll beat it into him.
Good.
When this inquiry's over, remind me to eat breakfast out.
Oh. Yes, sir. Major, there's still one thing about this that bothers me.
And what's that?
Supposing Castle was turned. Supposing he did take a payoff and killed Jennings to get the list of double agents.
Adderly, we have agents looking for the list.
All right, Major. But why would he do it knowing he was going to get caught?
Well, maybe he's slipping in his old age.
Oh, Major, he's got a weak heart, not brain damage.
I don't know about that, Adderly. This piece of paper is proof. Castle murdered Jennings. Agent Castle, do you recognize this knife? Of course you do. It's the murder weapon. Standard Army issue from the Korean War, the Fighting 603rd. That was your division, wasn't it?
It's my knife. I didn't
Guess
have
what
it.
else? There's a fresh set of your fingerprints all over it.
That's impossible.
These are the results from fingerprinting. You gonna argue with them?
Someone's trying to burn me.
I think you burned yourself.
I didn't do it.
How much did the KGB pay you to kill Jennings?
It was a setup. You've got to believe me.
I have no further questions.
Get out! Not yet.
Ladies!
Get out! We're not gonna hurt you.
Absence from our jobs will speak a lot louder than violence.
Adderly.
Don't let them know you're afraid. They can smell fear. I want both of you to testify at the castle investigation.
But why? We didn't say what really happened.
I know, but if we relive the murder night, we might be able to find some clue that was overlooked.
The man is guilty. Should be put away.
Oh, look who's talking.
Can I count on you, Moan?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
I'd like to call Mona Ellerby to testify.
Let the record show that Miss Ellerby appears under direct orders and is in no way crossing the picket line established by the Secretary's Union.
Thank you, Major... Sir.
On the night of the murders, we were having dinner together in the hotel restaurant.
That's right, with Mr. Greenspan.
And if I remember correctly, I left the table to follow Mr. Castle.
That's right.
Could you tell us what you did then?
Well, I thought it was kind of strange, you leaving the table so abruptly. Mr. Greenspan, don't you think it's kind of strange, Adderly leaving the table so abruptly?
Shut up. I told you. Management will tell you how to behave. First thing to learn is women are to be seen and not heard.
I'm sorry, Mr. Greenspan, if any way I've offended you, oh my boss.
Shut up, I told you that. Women are always yappy, draining my ego.
Sir, I'm going after Adderly. He may be in danger. If any harm ever came to him, I could never, ever forgive myself.
You can skip the color commentary, Mona. We get the picture.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I followed you out of the restaurant, but I hung back so you wouldn't see me. I noticed you were going to the 5th floor, so I decided that I'd take the stairs. 5th floor. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. And then I was on the way up the stairs and I bumped into this maid who, she didn't slow me down too much. She seemed...
Can we please get to the scene of the murder before we all die of old age?
Mr. Mather, the whole point of questioning Miss Ellerby is to find out exactly what she saw that night. Go ahead, Mona.
Okay, thanks. Let me see. I was going down the hallway and I saw a room at the end with an open door, so I went in. You in here?
Women are vermin, you slime bucket. Nobody walks out on me. Now
And that's when we saw Agent Castle.
Get out of here now.
And the other agent was on the bed. He seemed dead.
And what was Mr. Castle doing when you first saw him?
He was leaning forward like he was going to try to pull the knife out or something.
Is that all you saw?
Yeah, because right after that, you arrived and...
Are we through?
With Miss Ellerby, yeah. Thanks. I still have one more witness.
Why not? Couldn't be any worse than this one.
I'd like to call Melville Morton Greenspan to testify.
I remember the night vividly, as if it only happened days ago.
It did.
I wanted the strike negotiation. I wanted the strike negotiations to go well. So I excused myself from the table to go to the men's room to prepare. And it was funny because there was a woman in one of the stalls. I guess she was with a man because then I saw a pair of man's feet. You need any help in there, you two party animals? Get down, get groovy.
Do we have to hear this?
Just let the man talk. No matter how doubtful it may seem, he might have something important to say.
When I returned to the table, I was suitably concerned to see Adderly get up and go. Where is Adderly going?
Who cares? We want what we deserve. Quality ain't enough.
I know where you're coming from. No, I understand your needs and concerns. I share them. I can help. I want to help.
Well, we don't want your help. We want all you sensitive, caring people to really, really suffer. We want your kind off the face of the earth. We want world domination!
Melville, get on with it.
Yes, sir. Of course. I'm sorry. I took the elevator to the 5th floor.
Please, Melville.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. But my friend needs help.
Okay, Mel, we'll wait.
I followed Mona to the room.
Oh, grease me green.
Stay back, Mona. There's been a disturbance.
Oh.
And that's all I saw.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, this interrogation is over. That is, unless you were able to get anything out of that testimony, Adderly.
Hi. Oh, no, don't get up. Don't get up. I'm just going to go around to Adderly's office. Now, you just rest. Put your feet up. In by 9, dead by 5. Good literature. You get a chance to do a book report.
Mather's file is clean. He does everything by the book.
But you gotta help me.
Trouble with the temp?
Our temp is a professional wrestler. He calls himself the Growth.
Yeah, only at night, Melville. During the day, he's our chipper little typist.
Yeah, well, he won't type anything. He won't get coffee, doesn't answer the phone.
So? Fire him.
Well, I can't.
Or bring Mona back.
But I can't. I'm committed.
Melville, you ought to be committed. Oh, I'll get it. Miscellaneous affairs.
PH? It's me. I need to talk.
Marty, what's wrong?
I think I figured it out. Who set me up?
On my way.
Hey, Marty! Come here, sit down, have a piece of pizza. Night heat's on. No jokes, but lots of action.
Thanks, guys. I'm sort of tired.
You okay?
Rough day.
Oh, well, if you need anything, be sure to call us.
I will, Ralph. Oh, when Adderly gets here, send him up, will you?
Sure thing. VH, how are things in the basement?
You really know how to make a guy feel welcome. Where's Marty?
It's upstairs.
Marty. Marty. Where are you? Reed, Malloy.
He's dead.
Major, you can't call off the inquiry.
There's no point in continuing now that Castle's dead.
He said he was set up. Isn't that worth investigating?
Adderly, a man with a heart condition under a great deal of stress had a heart attack. That's all there is to it.
Major, he was sure that somebody was trying to burn him. Please let me check it out.
Adderly, all you've got is his word, and everything about this case tells me his word is the last thing I should listen to.
He wasn't the only one who knew about the meeting. He received orders.
The inquiry's over. I'm sorry he's dead. Now that's an end to it. Go back and help Greenspan negotiate.
What about the list of double agents?
Damn it, Adderly, drop it. Dismissed.
Does he still want his calls held, VH?
I don't know, Roy.
Thank goodness
I
you're here.
don't have time for negotiating today, Melville.
But you have to. Major Clack called me to talk strategy. He says if the strike isn't settled tomorrow, he's gonna fire me.
Is that supposed to upset me?
What am I gonna do?
You'll do anything he tells you to do, Melville, no matter how hard it is to swallow.
Who's he?
It's Clack's temporary. We get the human bulldozer. He gets somebody with security clearance. I'll see you later.
Hi. Afternoon, Melville Greenspan here. See Major Clack by appointment. I'm unarmed. Nothing showing. At ease.
Come in.
Morning, Major. Having breakfast, are we, sir? Well, would you like me to butter the toast?
No. Now, just listen to me carefully, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I want you to give the secretaries what they want.
You what? But, sir, their requests are ridiculous.
You hear that?
Of course, sir.
That's because of you. It's an embarrassment to this organization.
But you told me not to let them walk.
I told you to talk to them. Negotiate.
I talked to them, but they wouldn't listen to me.
Have you ever listened to you? Now it's your turn to listen to them. ISI is falling apart without them. They're the only ones who can keep track of what's going on around here. We need them back.
No offense, Major, but isn't that attitude rather soft?
Melville, do you like your job?
Yes, sir.
Then give the secretaries what they want.
Of course, sir, but I thought...
Melville, don't think. Just get it done. Oh, and make sure Adderly's in on the negotiations. Out. Now!
Is Mr. Mather in?
What? Oh, what you made me do. Oh, it's bad enough trying to run one of these contraptions without being interrupted by people. What do you want?
Is Mr. Mather in? Your secretary didn't seem to think I'd be interrupting.
She doesn't seem to think much about working either. What is it?
I'd like to talk about Castle.
Case is closed, Adderly.
Oh, I know, but if you talk to Clack, I'm
Look,
sure
I know you enjoy playing Perry Mason, but nothing came out of your witness's testimony.
I'm not so sure. Look, Mather, Castle wasn't the only person who knew about the meeting. He wasn't the only person who had access to the room.
Look, I warn you, Adderly, you better have evidence to back up any accusations you're prepared to make.
Don't you want to know the truth?
I know the truth. Major Clack knows the truth. Now, if you can't accept it, maybe you shouldn't be working here.
I'll get you evidence.
ISI is unfair. ISI is unfair.
Mr. Greenspan, you want to get me murdered?
You want an honest answer?
Come on.
Adderly phoned. He wants us to meet him at the hotel.
Why?
I don't know.
As soon as we're finished, Major Clack wants me to sit down and talk with you.
What? He wants to reopen negotiations? That is great, Mr. Greenspan.
Keep it down. And the sooner we get Adderly back here, the sooner we'll get this strike settled.
Mr. Greenspan, you know, I really do realize that caving in is not easy for you.
I am not caving in.
Vickers was in the building across the street.
He just walked in. He just gave the signal.
Adderly? Are you in here?
Right behind you, Melville. Hi, Mona.
I didn't see you.
Well, it's not the first place you'd look when you check out a room. And like the bedroom, it doesn't have access to our lookout across the street.
Are you still trying to prove that Castle didn't kill Jennings?
That's an interesting closet, too, Mona. You know why? Because it's large enough you could change in there if you wanted to, and that could be very handy indeed.
And why would anybody want to change in a closet?
But Debbie changes in the closet.
I think where a person changes has a lot to do with this case, Mona. Let's go over that night again. What happened?
Okay, we came up here.
No, before that, in the washroom.
The washroom?
You said you caught a man and a woman in a washroom cubicle. But you didn't see the man and the woman together. You saw a woman, and then you saw a man. You could have seen one person playing two roles.
But I saw the man's shoes and heard the woman moaning.
Yeah, but Melville, no one wants to embarrass two people caught in a washroom cubicle. And if you were that woman changing into a man's clothes, wouldn't you want to give the impression that you weren't alone?
And the woman disguised herself as a man in order to get into this room.
Disguised herself as Jennings. Remember, Vickers saw someone he thought was Jennings give the signal and then lost sight of him. Then she went into the closet to hide from Castle and change again. Back into women's clothes.
You're stretching things, Adderly.
Right after that, Marty ran into the room, saw Jennings dead, and like you, he didn't check the closet.
Somebody would have had to have seen her.
Somebody did. Mona said she ran into a maid running down the stairs. Now, most maids I know would take the service elevator.
There is no hard rule that...
Oh, and of course, if she'd been a maid, she wouldn't have been wearing black high heels.
Exactly.
Well, the lady in the cubicle had black high heels.
Yeah. And if there is a woman involved in this operation...
Then we have our man.
In a manner of speaking.
But the only one who knew what was going on besides Castle was Mather, Vickers, and Clack.
Yeah.
And they're all accounted for.
There must be somebody else.
You could spend a long time thinking about that.
And if that's what it takes.
We've got the strike to settle. Clack said that ISI is falling apart because of the secretaries. What? He says that they're the only ones in the building that know what's going on.
Amen.
Bingo.
What?
I think we just found our killer.
I hate it when he says bingo.
I love it.
You up here? Adderly! Adderly! Melville. Adderly, you scared me.
Good.
What are you doing here?
Illegally snooping around.
We're supposed to be downstairs hammering out our negotiations.
You go hammer without me, Melville.
What are you looking for?
Confirmation. Mather's secretary was the only woman besides Mona that testified at the inquiry. She also knew about the meet with Jennings and the hotel room number.
That doesn't prove it.
Melville, she arranged for herself to have AAA security clearance on this.
Well, why would she want to set up Castle?
Obviously to cover herself. I have a feeling that one of the names on that list was hers.
She's one of the double agents.
I'm afraid so.
What are you looking for?
Not what. Where?
Oh, what? Why?
Jane Wells. I'm gonna pay her a visit.
I don't like this, Adderly.
Good. It doesn't like you either. Just tell Clack to meet me at Jane Wells' house.
find anything interesting?
Microdot, shortwave radio. You've been doing a lot of extracurricular work.
Call it a hobby. You know, you really fouled things up, Mr. Adderly.
That's a habit I just can't seem to shake. What happens now?
I kill you. Dump your body, go on with business as usual. As you know, the inquiry's over.
It is now.
Oh, you're a quick one.
Quicker than Jennings?
Yes. But then again, he had his back turned.
Well, that's cheating.
As you can see, I'm not one to play by the rules.
Here's your double agent, Major. She killed Castle and Jennings.
Surprised?
Yes.
What's so funny?
I went to all that trouble, and it turned out my name wasn't on the list. They didn't know about me.
That's right. But when a KGB agent attacked Jennings on the train, we knew that there was a leak somewhere in our external operations.
So Jennings contacted us, gave us the list, but there were no names on it from external.
But you knew there was still a double agent unaccounted for.
We then arranged for a dummy meeting with Jennings and one of our men.
Castle.
Castle didn't know what was going on.
No. But you hoped the meet would flush out the double agent in external operations.
Now we know where the leak is, we can fix it.
The list was a fake.
The list you got, yes. The list Jennings gave us, no.
All that work for nothing.
Get her out of here.
Next time, pick a hobby without so many drawbacks.
So, we're agreed on the pay raise?
Yes.
And we will only get coffee for our bosses if we want to, like it's our decision?
Yes.
And from now on, we will be referred to as...
Executive.
As?
Executive assistants.
And our vacation period will be extended from 2 to 3 weeks per year.
What? That's absurd.
I think the Major already approved that, Mama.
He did?
Of course, I can still get the growth back. I think he's still available.
Never mind, never mind. All right, 3 weeks. What's next?
That's it.
That's it?
See? Wasn't that easy?
Sign it. Until next time, Greenspan, I'll tell the union to get back to work.
Doesn't it make you feel good to please your executive assistants and keep your job at the same time?
No.
Well, I am more than ready to get back to work, sir. Bye.
I think we should all get back to work. I have your next assignment, VH. I don't know where
First of all, Melville, I think there's a few things that we should discuss.
What?
Well, the other operatives and I have a few concerns.